is, running it down on these niggas.
Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we did it, my nigga. Still be painting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that roll and fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas, they never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
Got the trap spot, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. Knew I never seen none of nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back. Niggas. What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti. I wanted to do this video, man. I was sitting here, I was watching 60 Minutes, right? Shout out to Tom Brady and them and the Buccaneers for winning that game. You know what I'm saying? They whooped on the Rams. You know what I'm saying? So, I was watching a video earlier with Juelz Santana, right? On Vlad TV. And he was talking about Dipset was the first to do mixtapes. Well, that's cap. That's cap. Juelz Santana's capping. I love Cam Raw to death. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. Cam in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? Cam in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? It was growing up, it was Cam and Mace for me. Growing up. Cam and Mace. Straight like that. So I always had love for Cam. I still got love for Cam. I still spit Cam verses. I got nothing but Cam mixtapes. I got Cam on my other laptop. I got nothing but Boss of Bosses. All the Cam mixtapes. So Cam is my guy. Next to 50, next to Beans, next to a whole lot of others. So I always got a special love for Cam Raw. But Juelz Santana is capping. He's capping. Straight like that. And I'm going to tell you why he's capping, right? G-Unit, when G-Unit came out, G-Unit came out the same time as Dipset, 2000. Okay, the first time I heard Lloyd Banks was on, you know, if you know about the 134 All-Stars, which came out in 2000. That was the first G-Unit mixtape. You can go back. That's 2000, 2001. Okay? G-Unit had a real big buzz in the city. Okay? They had a big buzz in the city around 2002. Now, grant you this, right? Cam and 50 was neck and neck when it comes to, like, they debuts. Like, because Cam, it wasn't like Cam debut because he was already out. He had SDE. He had his first album, Confessions of Fire. So he had like 2 albums out already, right? 50, he was on Columbia. Cam was on Columbia also. They both was on Columbia. Both, you know, ended up, both of them got dropped from Sony. Okay? Or Cam left Sony. You know what it was. So, Cam, 50, they have history. Everybody know that. Okay? If you really look at it, Cam and 50 both came out the same time, 1998. Cam came out in 1998, 50 came out in 1998. Okay? So they both came out the same time, 1998. Okay? So it's like, it's a history, it's neck and neck between 50 and Cam. So, let's go back to 2002. Now, fast forward, like what I was saying. So, G-Unit had a buzz. 50 got shot. 50 came back out. Right? Guess who's back changed the game. I tell anybody this. Guess who's back changed the game of hip-hop. I don't care what nobody says. It changed the game. Straight like that. When it comes to mixtapes, when it comes to just what 50 and G-Unit did, they changed the game. Guess who's back was on the Billboard charts? 50 Cent, The Future, was on the Billboard charts. They changed the game of mixtapes and the heights. 50 and them changed it. They changed it. 50 Cent is a significant blueprint of a great mixtape artist. Okay? Now, dudes will tell you, nah, Dipset, no. G-Unit was the significant beginning of mixtape hip-hop
They started that lane. They dominated. They had the DJs. Let's keep it real. Yes, you know, Kim and them had K-Slay. So did 50. You know what I'm saying? They had K-Slay also. If you go back in 50 Cent the Future, you got Cutmaster C, Wu Kid, Clue, K-Slay, Green Lantern. You got 5 of the top New York street DJs on 50's album. Mixtape, 50 Cent the Future. K-Slay, Wu Kid, Cutmaster C, DJ Clue, Green Lantern. 5 of the biggest top street DJs in New York City. Right? You got who you call? You get that, right? You get 50 Cent's The Future. Then you get No Mercy, No Fear. You get Automatic Gunfire. You know what I'm saying? You get, you know, God's Plan. You get a whole lot of big tapes that came out. 50 of them, they locked down the mixtape market. G-Unit and 50 Cent is the mixtape kings, the undisputed mixtape kings. They started the mixtape lane first. Anybody will tell you 50 and G-Unit started that lane. Now, dudes will be like, oh, Dipset. No. Dipset had one mixtape. Yes, they had the joint with K-Slay. Yes. But Kim had the album that came out. Niggas don't even remember Dipset Volume 1. I'm going to keep it real with you. Niggas remember that Guess Who's Back. Niggas remember that. And before Guess Who's Back, it was 1, 3, 4 All-Stars. That was the first G-Unit mixtape. Niggas keep forgetting. 1, 3 All-Stars. Which you had an early Banks, an early Ayo. You know, you had Mutlow, Bang Smurf. And that was like 2000, 2001. So G-Unit had the wave, my nigga. Now niggas come on here and cap and say, oh yeah, Dipset. No. G-Unit had the wave. G-Unit is the kings of mixtapes. It's like Clue, Ron G, K-Slay, Wu Kid, Cutmaster C. I even slide in Doo-Wop, SNS, Brucey B. Like, those are the kings of the mixtapes, in my opinion. Grandmaster Vic, you can put him in there. Dog Chat, a Star Child, Hollywood. Like, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on. But when it comes to the first rapper and rap group that is the kings of that mixtape, it was G-Unit. G-Unit changed the market. And don't get me wrong, like, Dipset, in my opinion, besides Kim, nobody was really, I'm not gonna lie. The Dipset movement was cool, but let's be honest here, right? Kim is the reason why a lot of dudes was listening to Dipset. And then when Max B came with the Birdgang, dudes started, they stopped messing with Dipset and they went rocking with Jones and the Birdgang with Noe, Mel Murder, Stack Bundles, Max B. That was a fire wave. You know what I'm saying? Max B doing his thing with the hooks, killing it. You know what I'm saying? Stack Bundles, killing the freestyles, killing the records. He was already that dude on the mixtape scene on Clue tapes. So when he got with Jones, with that Birdgang, they was firing them tapes up. So you had Noe was killing it, Mel, you know what I'm saying? So Birdgang was really, you know, when they did that MOB series, that changed the game. And then in my opinion, that's when I was saying, okay, it's some competition with G-Unit, because you got Birdgang, you got G-Unit. But after that wave, when Max got locked up, and Max broke up with Jones, and Stack Bundles died, that wave fizzled out. G-Unit stayed on top. G-Unit stayed relevant. G-Unit stayed them guys. And this is the truth. You know, anybody can say whatever they want. But G-Unit had the streets. Hands down. They had the streets. They had the streets. Hands down. They had the tapes. The tapes, like, let's keep it real. Like, that's why I said, like, when you look at that battle, you know, Cam don't really got that much of chemistry with Jones and Juelz, because you got to remember, Jones wasn't a rapper. Okay? Jones wasn't a rapper. Juelz, yeah, he did his thing, but it wasn't like how Banks and Yayo and 50. You see, when you look at Banks and Yayo and 50, their chemistry, them dudes, before they broke up, they toured all over the country together. They stayed on tour. That's why the unit, you know, even though they broke up, the unit is still, like, if they go on tour today, it's like, it'll go crazy. Because it's the chemistry with Yayo, Banks, and 50. You know what I'm saying? It's no chemistry with Jones and Juelz. You know what I'm saying? It's like they was put together, and a lot of people don't know the Diplomats was started after Cam and Mace fell out. Because if you remember, Juelz was an original Dipset member. Juelz wasn't a part of Dipset. He was a part of Draft Picks with his brother. You know what I'm saying? And Juelz was in a group already. Cam, Stan Smith, Cam, Jim, that was the original Diplomats. And McGruff was rocking with Cam, and you know what I'm saying? But Diplomats didn't have the guy. They got them later. G-Unit started with Banks, Yayo, 50. And then you had Smurf and all them. That's the original Mudlow and Rough Hands and all them other dudes and Shy Money and all them. Yeah, that's the original G-Unit. You see, when I look at, like, Children of the Corn, right? You know how COC and even BBO, shout out to my brother Future. Shout out to my brother Future. I got to give him another shout out. Shout out to my brother Future. You know, even BBO. You know what I'm saying? Like Cam, he started with Mace, Bloodshed, you know, Big Al, you know, Herb McGruff. You know what I'm saying? And then when they went off and Mace and Cam and Cardan was going to do the original Harlem World, which Loon came, Huddy, and McGruff was supposed to be down with that movement, and Blinky Blink and who else was it? Baby Stace and you know and Mino, right? That right there was the original Harlem World. And then when Cam and Cardan left, then it was Blinky Blink, Loon, Mino, Huddy, Cam, Huddy, Mace, and Baby Stace. And yeah, but the original Harlem World was Cardan, Cam, Mace, Loon, Mino, McGruff, you know, and the whole crew. But it, like I said, it didn't fall through. And Cam went and did his own thing, but Cam was always a solo. He was a solo dude. He was solo. You know what I'm saying? Jim didn't rap. Jim was the hype man. Jim didn't rap. Jim was the hype man. You know, yeah, he did the Jimmy and Moms joint with Kenny Green, and you know Cam Moms on the record with him, which Mace wrote, you know, Jim verses on there. Mace wrote Jim verses on that Jimmy and Mom's record. You know what I'm saying? So Jim wasn't a rapper. So when you look at G-Unit, Yayo was a rapper. You know, Banks was a rapper. 50 was a rapper. These dudes was rapping together, all three of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made G-Unit great. That's what made G-Unit great. G-Unit had a bigger wave. G-Unit was bigger than Dipset. I don't care what nobody say. G-Unit had the world. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people like this. When you look at other groups, certain grooves around that time, Whether it was Bad Boy, Rough Riders, G-Unit, those are like the 3 crews out of New York that had that wave that shut down the whole city. It just is what it is. Harlem World was just like that too, because Harlem World had a wave, but Makes retired early, and it would have been crazy if Makes didn't retire. But Harlem World had a wave. You know what I'm saying? The Harlem World tattoos, the dog tag, the Harlem World dog tags with the diamonds on it. You know what I'm saying? They had a wave. You know, Dipset had a wave, but Dipset wasn't. Besides Cam was the biggest artist out of Dipset. Like, nobody was, like, Juelz was cool. Juelz had a little wave, but Cam was the biggest. Cam was the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Cam was the biggest. I always say, like, when it comes to Harlem, Cam, Big L, Mace, Max B. That's the kings of Harlem. If you had a Mount Rushmore of Harlem hip hop, Cam, Mace, Max B, Big L. That's Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I always look at that. Those dudes set the trend in Harlem hip hop. Everybody else is not in a conversation. I'm sorry. Everybody, if you listen to any Harlem rapper, they'll tell you who they listen to. Cam, Big L, Mace, Max B. They'll tell you that. But, like I said, G-Unit was the cornerstone of hip-hop in New York City. They changed the game. Mixtapes and everything. They changed the game. And 50 was the mixtape king. And dudes could get mad and say, oh, no. 50 was the mixtape king. G-Unit was the kings of the mixtapes. It is what it is. And I don't care who don't like it. They was the mixtape kings, man. They came out before. Everybody, niggas gotta understand. G-Unit came out before Diplomats, mixtape wise. Okay? All you gotta go through is go back 1, 3, 4 All Stars. Okay? All you gotta go back is, you know, this is 50, like 50 Cent the Future, and Guess Who's Back changed the trajectory of mixtapes and how it's seen. Cause you gotta look. After that, you saw the wave of Jeezy, Lil Wayne, T.I., Drake, many others. You seen the wave of mixtapes. The way 50 and them came out and changed it. You have never seen an artist do what 50 did. Rap on other people's records and switch it up and make it his. You have never seen an artist take the mixtape wave and hit the Billboard charts. This is 50. I remember when 50 Cent the Future and Guess Who's Back was both on the Billboard charts. This is facts. You can go back and look. They both on the Billboard charts. They both were like, these was the mixtapes that was talked about. They changed the game. And then when he did Automatic Gunfire, which was another huge one, and then they had No Mercy, No Fear, and God's Plan, it was over. So, that's why I said, man, 50 changed the game, B. I don't care what nobody say, man. G-Unit is the best, man. It's what it is. I love Cam, but G-Unit was the ones. They was the ones.